They say wisdom comes with age, but I firmly believe wisdom is about the mistakes that you survive. I'm 29 years old. I got plenty of mistakes that I've made, and I'm gonna share them with you in this video in the form of life lessons. So 29 lessons at the age of 29. Let's get it. Here's a hint. One of them involves baking soda and white teeth. Stick around, here we go. Over-index on making the decision right instead of making the right decision. And this is a game changer for me. Sometimes there is a right decision, but most of the time we can only look back and realize that we made the right decision. And when we peel that onion back, we realize it was us making the decision right. Look, sometimes there is a right decision. So you should collect data, get more perspectives, do your research before you make a decision. But most decisions in life are only right because we made them right, not because we made the right decision in the moment. Listen to your intuition, listen to your spirit, and you'll never go wrong. Number 2, think who, not how. Look, solving a problem isn't always about knowing how to figure it out. If you can tap your network and understand who can help you figure this out, sometimes you'll figure the problem out in a better way than you would have had you just relied on your own understanding. Find the expert, find the mentor, find the friend, life hack that will save you a lot of time and stress. Look, success is a war of attrition. Rarely does success come down to merit or intellect. The road to success is full of obstacles, and only those who are stubborn enough to continue to show up day after day, reiterate their process, and show up again, those are the people that will be successful. In my situation, I remember waking up at 4 a.m. to get 2 hours of studying in on the GMAT before I went to work, pulled a 10 to 12 hour day to come back home every single day for 6 months straight. I remember tearing my ACL, MCL, and meniscus in high school as a senior. Kept showing up to rehab, kept showing up to camps, kept knocking on the door, ended up playing Division I football still. Now don't go looking for my highlights because you won't find them. Adversity will battle test your willpower to succeed. So pass the test, don't be playing with your potential, and realize that you're one of them ones. Get through the test, keep showing up. Number 4, fear regret more than failure. Look, failure is just a lesson in disguise, but regret is a missed opportunity, and it'll continue to whisper in your ear. You don't want that feeling. Regret can last forever. Number 5, hard work is important, but exposure is the real catalyst to change. So work hard, but seek exposures to give yourself a better opportunity to come upon a life-changing experience. Exposure can mean networking, going to a conference, working in public, working at a coffee shop, going with a different group of friends, going to hang out with people who are older than you, who want to invest in you. You have to hustle, you have to expose yourselves. Never stop moving. Number 6, life is a game that's meant to be won. And my life changed when I realized this. The only difference is you only get one chance to play this life. So no extra lives. But if you approach it as a game, you realize, okay, first you have to understand the rules of the game, whatever level you're at. So at one point in time for me, it was trying to get to school through athletics and through my intellectual capacity. And then when I got to college, it was, okay, how can I understand the resources available and get all that I can? As an adult, it was like, okay, how can I use my military career to get to where I want to be? And it rinses and repeats. Understand the rules, understand what you have at your disposal, and understand that this game is meant for you to be won. You have to actively participate though. Number 7, figure out the money equation for you. Look, money is important. If you're gonna live in this world, you need money, and you need to figure that out for you. It's the only way. With how our society is structured, it's the only real way to freedom. Number 8, learn a signature dance move or two. This is great for weddings, dance lines, and the occasional dance off that may happen at a party. And with social media everywhere nowadays, there will always be a camera. And if you learn like 1 or 2 dance moves, you can always pull them out. You will end up on someone's feed, and you could potentially be the highlight of someone's night. Great social skill technique. Number 9, a lot can happen in a short amount of time. You never know when your breakthrough is coming. Don't quit, keep going. So this reminds me of that meme where there are 2 guys and they're both underground digging for diamonds, and one guy is just so close to their breakthrough, but he turns around, and it just shows the guy above him working hard and continuing to dig. The guy that quit never knew how close he was. He was literally 1 hit away. As long as you still have the conviction in your spirit and you are still moving due north to your North Star, keep going. Remember, success is a war of attrition. I was 18 years old my first time on a plane, and literally right before that, I was on the government reduced lunch program in high school. 5 years after that, I was admitted into the #1 business school in the world. And if you follow this channel, you understand how that's greatly changed my life. But in those 10 years, I've had plenty of reasons, legit excuses to quit. And that would have been the only regret. I never knew when my breakthrough was coming, but it came. And yours will too. Keep going. I got you. So in 10 years, my life has changed for the better with a little hard work, strategic exposure, applied faith. And look, I'm not naive enough to not mention that luck had something to do with it, but I will stand on the argument that my hustle and my movement, my faithfulness helped manufacture that luck. All right, number 10, life is hard, but you get to choose your hard. It's hard to work out every day and eat well. It's also hard to live with disabling conditions that keep you from living. There's a difference between being alive and living, so choose your heart. Pursuing financial freedom is hard. Not controlling your time is also hard. Learning empathy and patience and how to forgive, how to apologize, those things are very hard. Living and dying alone is also hard too. Choose your heart. Taking risks are very hard and uncomfortable, but knowing that you have untapped potential that was behind some work ethic is also hard. Choose your heart. Number 11, nobody cares. No one is thinking of you that much. The real takeaway here is to focus on the person in your mirror, because everyone else that you think is thinking of you is focused on the person in their mirror. And if they're not, you are not the problem. Pray for them. Number 12, the greatest return on investment cannot be found in the stock market, the real estate market, or anything. The best return on investment is one that you make in people. They enrich your life more than anything else. Number 13, work out in the morning. Unless you have real financial freedom and flexibility over your time and your schedule, or unless you have screw you money, work out in the morning. It's the easiest thing. It's probably the most important thing you will do on any given day. Your health is the foundation upon which you can enjoy anything else that you build in life. Number 14, envy keeps your pockets empty, so just focus on you. If you broke and clowning a millionaire, the joke is on you. Envying others and looking at others' lives is a grade A distraction on the person's success that stares at you in the mirror. Focus on you. Do not compare your life to others. It's not productive, it's stressful, and you will never measure up. And here's the controversial one, number 15, money buys happiness. Yeah, I said it. In all seriousness, here's why I say this. Money is a tool for freedom, charity, autonomy, well-being, exposure, not just for you, but for the people that you love. And all of those things make you happy. On the flip side, if you've never been able to have or experience any of those things, you can understand how depressing that may actually be. It's not about the dollar value, it's about the utility of the dollar. When you love money, that's when things go awry. But when you want to do good, there's nothing wrong with money. It can and it will make you happy. When you love money more than anything, it can absolutely ruin your life, and it will ruin your life. Otherwise, don't apologize for trying to figure out how to get paid out here and how to help your community. Number 16, be okay with being abnormal, because weirdos win and weirdos run the world. We're all weird. The best leaders, entrepreneurs, teachers, friends, and people in general, we're all weird. I mean, normal is just a setting on a washing machine. It ain't cool, it ain't exciting, engaging, or none of that. Be okay with being abnormal, because weirdos are the ones who change the world. Weirdos are the ones who are exciting. Embrace it. It's okay. We all have our quirks. Number 17, journey and people over destination. Life's most cherished moments happen along the way, not at the finish line. Number 18, time is the most valuable resource that you own. Spend your time wisely, because unlike money, you can't make more time. Time is your most precious currency. Spend it wisely, use it to give back to yourself and to others. Use it to multiply what you have. Number 19, everything, and I do mean everything, is extremely personalized and nuanced. So be very, very heavy on grace, patience, and forgiveness. Life's a complex puzzle, and everyone's pieces fit differently. When people's decisions baffle you or their actions sting, remember, everything is nuanced and personalized. A little grace and patience go a long way with figuring out why people show up the way that they do, and it's more peaceful. Number 20, you're a product of the content you consume, the people you meet, and of your experiences. Imagine your identity as a playlist. Every book, every content feed, every person adds a track to that playlist. So curate it carefully, because the melody, the experience, and the outcome of our lives depend on those tracks. So choose wisely. And number 21 is from the homie Socrates. The unexamined life is a life not worth living. Living an unexamined life is like driving with your eyes closed. You miss the beauty around you, and you risk crashing into something else. We have to take time to do inventory of our lives, examine our lives, and figure out where we're going. Spend time with yourself, check in regularly. Number 22, don't be afraid to work in public. And I mean that literally and figuratively. Show what you're learning, show what you're doing. Showcasing your work and working out loud is like you sowing seed into this black box that can spit out opportunities for you. And yes, you run the risk of it spitting out judgment as well, but the way you perceive what's happening around you is up to you. Number 23, prioritize empathy and vulnerability when you're trying to get to know someone. Just try it out. Think of like empathy and vulnerability as like a secret handshake to a deeper connection. And it's not about telling your deepest and darkest secrets on the first conversation. I'm saying take a chance by being a little more transparent, a little bit more vulnerable, go a little below the surface in those earlier discussions, and watch how quickly the relationship flourishes. When you open up and when you actively listen, you really give yourselves a chance to build a deep relationship with the person. All right, tip 24 is for all the husbands and the boyfriends out there. Put romance on autopilot. I've been married for almost 3 years and I'm still courting my wife. I'm still dating her. And it took her years to realize this, but every month on the day that we met, I put a reminder in my phone to go get her flowers. Just literally a reminder that shows up on this specific date, flowers. And that reminds me, hey, in passing, grab something sweet, go to the flower shop. And then eventually I got smart about it and I looked into doing automated orders, but I like to pick them out myself. Shows a little bit more effort, and trust me, the atmosphere changes, the temperature and all of that changes when there's intention behind the romance. You can put it on autopilot. Thank me later. Okay, number 25. To be interesting, be interested. Simply put, people love to hear their own name when you're talking to them. You will thrive when it comes to networking if you can understand this. People will like you 10 times more when you get them to talk about themselves. So be very, very mindful of that when you're engaging in discussions with people. Get them to talk about themselves and watch the relationship blossom. 26. Knowledge and action kill anxiety. Now, this is no knock at anyone who suffers from anxiety and depression. I've done it in the past, but in my experience, through my work that I've done, fear and anxiety feed on the unknown. But when you educate yourself and you take decisive steps, you starve that anxiety. Number 27, my favorite one, brush your teeth with a little baking soda. If you do this for even 1 week, you will have a noticeably wider smile. But when you do this over time, you will notice the compliments that people give you. You need a whole whitening treatment, baking soda, trust me. Number 28. Hydrate like it's your side hustle. This is the simplest, easiest job and it has the best perks. Everybody should have a water bottle on them. Hydrate. It's easy money. And number 29, a deep breath in a very important or a very tense moment can go a long way. Do it with me because you're about to make a big decision right now. Follow, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down. I'm answering every single question in the first 7 days of this video published. Feel free, leave a comment, ask a question. I look forward to engaging with you. And while you're at it, check out this video where I talk about my Wharton experience. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on the next video. Now, exciting, engaging, or none of that. Embrace who you are. Embrace your quirks. Hey, that's funny. Athlete, smart, him, muscles. Don't do that. It's the only real way to freedom. You gotta find.